Hello, America. My name is Aaron Poland. I'm the president, CEO, and founder of Spartan Claims LLC in Indianapolis, Indiana. We are a public adjusting firm that specializes in property and casualty losses, and we represent homeowners and business owners and policyholders in general against the insurance companies in claim dispute resolution. I was recently at a conference in New Orleans, Louisiana, with the Insurance Masterminds group hosted by Pride Public Adjusting. Shout out to Kevin Burpee, the owner of Pride. You guys did a phenomenal job. Got to meet some really interesting people, communicated and connected with what we always consider to be competitors, turned into be good friends, colleagues, and we are now in the process of coordinating with them to broaden our brand, expand our industry expertise, and just raising awareness for what public adjusters as a whole are part of and what we do. A lot of misconceptions. Most of it is perpetrated by the insurance companies as we're the big bad guy that just try to do whatever we can to bump up profits of insurance claims, and that's absolutely false. That's absolutely terrible. And what we're going to do here is we're going to be putting on a series of these type of videos. I promise you they're not going to be very long in the future. This first one might be a little bit because I'm going to kind of explain who we are and what we do in a little bit of detail and explain how this series is going to go forward. Originally we weren't going to do this, but some of my colleagues and some of the folks here at Spartan thought it'd be a good idea to just kind of let everybody at home know what we do. We have been in business for over 4 years. We've been able to assist thousands and thousands of Hoosiers here in the state of Indiana, a couple dozen homeowners in Missouri, a couple hundred homeowners in Kentucky, and a handful in Illinois. But outside of our realm here in our little circle, not too many people know about who we are, what we do, or even what public adjusting is. So we're going to help kind of do what we can to clear up that air. Maybe take a little bit of awareness opportunity here. For if you do have questions, feel free to let us know here at Spartan Claims, or you can hit up one of the many other public adjusters in and around the Midwest. I promise you we're not going to sell you anything. This is literally just an attempt to raise awareness for who we are and what we do. We are public adjusters, as I stated. A public adjuster, by definition, is a claim advocate on behalf of the insured, which is policyholders, against the insurance companies. We'll refer to them as insurers. I'm not going to get real into policy language because most people don't know and most people don't care about their policy. They get the little piece of mail, throw it away just like everybody else. Very few homeowners or policyholders ever actually read those things, and they're very unaware about what they're actually covered for in a claim. So public adjusters, we are policy specialists. That's our area of expertise. We look at the policy, what you're covered for, and then assist the policyholders in applying that coverage towards a claim if it's a covered loss. One avenue of our business is we also provide supplementing services. Most public adjusters will do this as well. What a supplement is that if an insurance company agrees that there's coverage to your property, they're going to write an estimate on their letterhead and in their estimatic software. It's kind of like buying you 3/4 of a car. I know one of the insurance companies has got a thing out there now where they talk about buying you 3/4 of a car. You have a fire, or you have a wind or a hail event to your property, they're going to make 3/4 of the repairs. This supplement's just to get you the other quarter of it that you're actually doing in the policy. That process is very misunderstood by a great many folks, and they believe it's literally an attempt just to get the contractors that are involved in a claim more money, and that couldn't be further from the truth. What a supplement is just like a public adjusting file. It is to specifically indemnify per the policy provisions to ensure that you're getting a quality rebuild with like kind of quality and similar construction, which is what the policy is. Another avenue of our business here is that we are code advocates. If you're watching this across the country, you're probably going, "Oh, that's crazy. Our codes are phenomenal." We live in Indiana. Indiana is still on the 2003 IRC, which is the International Residential Code, with the 2005 amendments. For those of you playing the home game, it is 2018. I'd like to say get with the program, Indiana. You're a little bit behind the times. So we do what we can to help push the code efforts forward here, because all it does is it just hurts the policyholders and the homeowners that are completely oblivious otherwise. What kind of claims do we handle? We handle pretty much anything without a pulse or wheels. If it's physical real estate property, we can deal anything. And when I say we, I mean public adjusters in general. We can deal with fires, floods, tornadoes, wind, hail, vandalism, grandma drives through the garage door, teenage kid leaves the stove on, burns the kitchen down. I mean, it's just on and on and on. If it's covered under an insurance policy for physical real estate, we can deal with that. Business interruption on the commercial side, we do a lot of business interruption. We do a lot of business personal property content losses for large loss, fires, water, things of that nature. A couple of the things that we really deal with more than anything else is we fight the good fight. There are very many pitfalls when it comes to dealing with an insurance claim. Insurance companies, I think State Farm just posted the other day they had earnings of $87 billion in 2016. That's billion with a B. They want to pinch pennies over a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, and they're just one of many insurance companies that we deal with. One of the biggest things that insurance companies like to do is they like to minimize the coverage. Minimize coverage, minimize payments on what they do decide to cover. All of this is an attempt to skirt as much money as they can off of a claim. Do the math. You know, if there's a couple 100,000 claims a year, a couple $1,000s a claim that they can shave, you're talking, tens of hundreds of millions of dollars saved in their pockets. Let's hire Aaron Rodgers or Mayhem, or they get to put their name on football stadiums. Or I watched a basketball game the other day in college, and I thought State Farm owned a basketball team. So it's just kind of weird to see them spend the money that they do. They get that from denying payments that they should be paying or minimizing the coverages that they are applying. Another thing that the insurance companies are horrible about, where public adjusters come into play, is they like to really delay the process. If you've ever had a claim on your property before, you are well aware that it is a very, very, very slow process. If it goes fast, then you need to refer back to A and B of this. They're either cutting your coverage or cutting your payments, one of the two. If they're actually fully indemnifying you per the policy, fully writing a proper estimate, that process is going to take a while. It is deliberately done that way in an effort to what we consider to be claim fatigue, where it just draws out so long that the policyholders just throw their hands up in the air and say, I give up. Let's just close the thing down where we are, and we'll take what we got and we'll be happy with it. And we'll find somebody to come out and do it for this price. Be careful what you do, that you get what you pay for. So just keep that in mind. And then one of there are very many things that the insurance companies do that are kind of questionable. The last one I'm going to really talk about is they like to spin conversations around. There's a reason that public adjusters, claims attorneys, there's a reason that we have kind of a bad image in this industry, and it's because it's been perpetuated by the insurance companies themselves. They like to take anybody that doesn't agree with them and completely just spin it out of proportion to where they're demonized and it looks like we're the bad guys. It's quite the opposite. We are actually advocates. We're out there advocating for policyholders to try to get everything that's due per the policy. Kind of sounds like the media these days. They take their cues right from the insurance companies. So a couple of things that we're going to talk about on this particular thing. We're going to call it the Phalanx report. I think it's appropriate. This is Spartan Claims. Everything we do is a little bit more aggressive than some of the other folks out there, but it's effective. Last year alone, we did over 2,000 property claims in the state of Indiana. we're pretty potent here in Indiana. We try to go along and get along with the insurance companies the best we can. However, if they decide that they're going to put their pocketbook ahead of their policyholders' best interest, at that time we're probably going to step up and say something that's a little less pleasant for them to understand, and they have a tendency not to like us that much. So I thought the Phalanx was a nice metaphor for what we do. If you're not familiar with Phalanx is literally taken from the script out of Sparta. If you've probably seen the movie 300, or at least have taken a history class at some point, the Phalanx was the formation that they used with their shields from shoulder to thigh. These shields lock together, they lock in unistep, and they push towards enemies of great proportions, which I thought was a really pleasant metaphor for what we do. There's not very many of us here, but we're going against billion-dollar insurance companies for a living. Couple of things to expect out of this. Number one, like I said, I'm not going to sell you anything. We do have a tendency to be a little rough around the edges. I mean, our logo, I don't know if you can see it back behind me here. It says Civis Pacem Parabellum. In case you don't understand Latin, and who doesn't, Civis Pacem Parabellum actually translates to English to have peace, prepare for war. That's basically what we're in every day. This is a battle. This is a game. An insurance claim, a lot of people think it's boring. It's insurance. No, this is a chess game of all proportions that involves people's livelihoods. We do fires, and most folks, their lives are completely destroyed in a fire, and the insurance companies are just moving pieces on the board. They don't really care about that policyholder, regardless of what the commercials say. When they're in the rain and they got the little umbrella and they're crying with the adjuster giving them a hug or whatever, the insurance companies don't care about them. They're looking to see how many tens of thousands of dollars they can skirt on a fire claim. So we're a little rough, and when you're talking about people's lives and you're talking about their livelihood, we take that a little bit personal as consumer advocates. That hits us a little close to home. So what you're going to see out of us, I can't guarantee that these vlogs or video blogs or whatever you want to call them are going to be rated PG. We have a tendency to get a little animated around here. You might see a Spartan or two pop through the door, stick their head in. They might kind of come in and say hi. That's fine. We'll be doing these. I promise you I'm going to keep them to a couple of minutes apiece when I do them. We might even bring out the drone a couple of times and go on location. We do have a Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook, Spartan Claims LLC. Also going to have a YouTube channel, Instagram. You're going to be able to find these on those medias as well. Bear with me. I didn't even know what a vlog was until about 2 weeks ago. So I've been calling the hashtag # up until my son corrected me on it not too long ago. So this is kind of new to me. So bear with me on these. They should get better as we go forward. So stay tuned. This is episode 1. It is January 29, 2018 of the Phalanx Report. My name is Aaron Poland with Spartan Claims. We'll catch you on the next one.
Spartans! What is your profession?